See, this is why I get very nervous on stage performing. You never know if someone in an owl mask is gonna show up out of the blue and cut you in half. Yes, settled rather quickly was our recent poll where from the beginning, the 1987 Italian slasher film StageFright was very much in the lead, with Crackerjack 3 trying to catch up a little bit, but slowed down by the fact that the character Jack Wild isn't even in it. Oh sure, Bo Svensson plays a Jack in it, but that could be one of his many aliases from the Thunder Warrior films. The people were very excited to see me cover StageFright, as they should be. It's one of my favorite non-franchise slashers of all time. The film is about a group of theater actors and crew members stalked by a mental patient, of course. It's fame meets slash dance. What's not to love here, especially since it has all the right names attached. It's produced by Joe D'Amato, features legends such as Giovanni Lombardo Radice of House on the Edge of the Park and Cannibal Ferox. It's got not one but two Caligulas in it. David Houghton, aka David Brandon of Caligula The Untold Story, and Robert Gligorov of Caligula 3. And it was the directorial debut of Michele Soavi, obviously getting revenge on the Caligulas after removing his tongue and tendons in the David Brandon Caligula. While mostly called StageFright, the movie also goes by Deliria and Aquarius sometimes, to the point to where it's even called two names on the opening credits. Why Aquarius? The play they're doing isn't Hair. There's plenty of pseudonyms to go around. Giovanni uses his John Morgan credit here. And it may say the movie is written by Lou Cooper, but is really written by both George Eastman of Anthropophagus and Sheila Goldberg of Beyond the Door 3, Zombie 5, Killing Birds, and the eye-catching Choke Canyon. You choke in his canyon and you'll explode before hitting the ground. And oh hey, must be in the Thunder Warrior verse too. Any other notable exploitation names? Well, it could be the cat from Fulci's The Black Cat. He uses his royalties from that movie to hit the red light district immediately. This play will be fantastic. Finally, a full-length stage version of Blondie's Rapture music video, complete with more death scenes. Yes, you get in here. You'll be featured on our MTV Video Hit of the Week whether you want to or not. Already, one of the things that stands out is the cinematography. This could easily be a movie musical if it wanted to be. You can even keep the slasher mask. I hope that is the killer. His weapon of choice is wiping the floor with them through dance and with their own blood. The film was shot by Renato Tafuri, who did second unit work on Argento's opera, and also shot Soavi's 1989 film, The Church. The music complements it well here too, with the score by Simon Boswell, who also did music on Hackers and Hardware. If Satan's Alley was the show that made Tony Manero a Broadway star, this would have been his follow-up performance. I always thought the Italians should have their own version of Nickelodeon's Roundhouse. Far more cardboard boxes through the head. And dummies too. Paul Sorvino is regretting funding this production. How does this play even work watching it live? Did they come on stage and replace the dummy with the actress? David Brandon plays the director, Peter, and his directing style is part Fosse, part Caligula-esque tyrant that he played before.
A whore? You're supposed to be a whore! Is that too much to ask?
Far too often when I've directed, I've said the sentence, "You're supposed to be a whore." Every line he says just gets better and better.
The erotic angle. You call that erotic? Mr. Ferrari, where have you been all these years?
What's not erotic about this? Gangbang orchestrated by a giant owl. Ooh, sexy. You could make a reality show out of this production.
When I catch the genius who made this headdress, I'm gonna make him eat it.
Giovanni will be the fan favorite of the competition series, and Peter will be the one that everyone loves to hate.
But can you imagine the effect on the public? The victim who rapes her own murderer.
He is perfect casting in this Joe D'Amato biopic. I love Ferrari, the producer, who looks like he's on his way to investigate a string of vigilante murders committed by Paul Kersey. The play is called The Night Owl. I got no joke, that does seem like a good title for this play. Every shot here looks like a deleted scene from Tony Scott's The Hunger, when they aren't saying hilarious lines about chili.
Stop kvetching, honey. You can always go back to microwaving chili at Mexico Joe's.
They have fun though, they're really besties.
And you can go back to selling your asses in the men's room at the bus station, darling.
Wait, was he a prostitute? Let's get this show going. Peter is in full Billy Zane mode and ready to direct. But the producer Weinstein is backstage scouting for actresses for The Burning 2. Places, everybody, places.
Okay, let's run through the rape scene.
Said on set of every Italian exploitation film. God, I'm a genius. I'll make stars of these silly prankster actors.
Ha! Don't worry, dear. It's only Mother.
I'm not sure if Giovanni is straight in this. Sadly, Alicia has sprained her ankle and must receive some medical assistance. They've got plenty of time. They say it's late, but the sky says it's the first thing in the morning. They have all day. The only hospital they can go to is a mental institution because, sure, you know this is where the good doctors are when the hospital is shot like a musical number from Shock Treatment. Here they have the notorious killer Irving Wallace. He could escape easily since the nurses look high as shit watching the fish move all night. In her defense, damn, the movie is shot really cool, and she is the co-writer of the film. It's an emergency. Can you look at my ankle in this completely different kind of hospital? The nurse is like, you know good goddamn well this isn't a first aid place. The doctor, on the other hand, follows the rule of, well, they're both hot, so sure, I'll take a look at your ankle. My office is down the hall, where we have to walk by the cells where we keep our most dangerous patients in. And Peter does not take kindly to actresses getting medical attention. He just knows it's gonna lead to a killer escaping. Plus, they have to get exposition too, where they find out Irving Wallace was a former actor who went crazy and killed a number of his co-stars. Well, that's convenient. Take care, ladies. Now to get out, you must go through the patient's room and climb out the window. That'll get you to the parking lot even quicker. The shock isn't that Irving escapes and put the orderly in his bed. The shock is that it didn't happen sooner. Alicia's gonna be in so much trouble, leaving during rehearsal, bringing a mass murderer back to the theater with her. Seriously, he does fire her.
I hurt myself.
Oh, I'm awfully sorry about that. You better go home and take care of whatever it is that's hurting you.
Is he turned on by this? The answer is yes. It could be worse. She could be back in the car with the killer. Or a jump scare too. The cat has more teleportation powers than the killer. Because the killer just needs to stand there and put a pickaxe through your head. Perhaps Alicia will still be able to get her job back.
Let me help you.
I don't need the kind of help you have to offer. Thanks. Get out of my way.
Good lord, it's the second movie in a row I've watched where the lead is safer with the killer than she is with producer Mr. Casting Couch. We'll be right back. She's gonna head home and audition for a new play come tomorrow morning.
There's only one way to find out. Get a ticket to The Ritz. Time magazine called it a comic earthquake. Fast, frantic, funny. The Ritz, now at the Longacre Theater.
We're back, and she's doing the right thing by looking for Lucifer the cat before he leaps out for another jump scare. Lucifer, my god, what did you do? I give props to this film. They find a dead body and instantly call the cops. Son of a bitch. Well, I can't watch her change clothes now. Peter knows just how to handle this situation. Take full advantage of a crew member being murdered.
When the newspapers hit the streets, there's going to be a line a block long outside our box office.
That's because of the free beer. Obviously, it must be Cannon Films producing this play. How else do you explain the barrel of fire that's in every Cannon film that features street gangs? Peter is inspiring in his direction. He tells her to lock the door and hide the key. None of them are escaping these rehearsals. Oh, and I'm sure his speech will be meaningful.
So, let's take 10 minutes break, and let's get ready, and let's get concentrated, and let's get back to work.
Just don't step in the pool of blood that is still outside. I love this guy. He actually is doing last-minute rewrites on the play to name the play's killer Irving Wallace, you know, after the man that just killed their costume designer moments ago. David Brandon is brilliant in this. Slashers usually do have the one asshole character that clearly will die before the movie is over, and then audiences will cheer when that happens. But Peter here is one of the rare ones where I don't want to see him die. He owns all of his scenes, like if Charles from Jason Takes Manhattan decided to direct the school play. And they've got some good security outside. Look, that's the director himself playing the younger cop. And the older cop? Oh wait, Mickey Knox? Clearly an early performance before he found fame as a serial killer with his wife Mallory. Yes, there may be a side story going on with the couple and her pregnancy, but there will still be some lurking in the stalls.
What is this? The Late Late Show starring Mickey Rooney, Judy Garland.
You never know when Brett, the hilarious gay best friend, will jump out for a spontaneous Judy Garland reference. Sadly, someone sinister is watching one of the other actresses. When she hides in the closet, she still thinks it's that silly buns Brett. Let me in! You know this closet is reserved for me and me only! And she still thinks it's him. Damn it, Brett, what have I told you? We're tired of you jumping out and screaming, "All hands on deck, Victor Victoria!" This is a great directorial debut. You can tell Soavi was a Dario Argento protege, with great shots like Brett trying to get in character as the killer, and then the reveal that the actual killer is behind him. It's also the second movie in a row I watched where the killer's IMDb page is the shot of him in the movie. Although I don't know if this is actually Clayne Parker here, since it was George Eastman himself doubling for the killer in a lot of the masked shots. This sets up for one of the best set pieces in the film, where the killer himself comes on stage as the killer in the play, and then actually does start strangling the actress, leading to one of the best lines too.
Go on, kill her! Kill her! Jesus Christ, what's the knife got to do with anything?
What have I told you? No improving! Get another actress on stage! Wait, yes, this is brilliant. What if our play has live murder? There will be lines around the block! Quick, get her to the psychiatric hospital down the street. They'll fix her up. Now they're all trapped inside because she was the only one who knew where the key was. Don't worry, the cops are still outside.
My little wife is worried about my health. So what do I get? Spinach. Can you believe it? Spinach.
Doing their own hilarious Car 54 Where Are You routine. And there's loose music videos in the hallways too. Let's stick together, except for you. You're clearly also gonna die in this movie. Menachem Golan is grabbing his money and getting the hell out of here. I'm taking this cash and funding a sequel to 10 to Midnight. Doesn't matter if it has Bronson or Norris in it. It can be an Invasion USA sequel if need be. Irving, however, is having none of this. This is for paying full price to see Going Bananas, you monster. Also, between scenes like Betty getting in the car and realizing someone was in there due to the door and windows, and the jump scare with the body swinging down from its legs, you can tell the writers like Halloween as well. Eastman did also write the total Halloween knockoff Anthropophagus 2, aka Zombie 6. They're doing the right thing, hiding out from the killer, but really, girls, you need to do a better job at cleaning up in here. I'm just saying it looks like Nomi Malone had a cat fight with a tornado. That's when the true terror strikes. Oh no, he's found the reel of PSA films. Ladies, throw away your trash. It looks like the killer does indeed give a hoot. That's when they get some help after finding the props from their previous production of Evil Dead the Musical. Thankfully, they stick together so they can look for a skeleton key for the place. Well, almost all of them.
I can't. My ankle hurts too much. I'd never make it.
You've been walking on it perfectly fine. You're not getting a raise. He brings them good luck by praying to his picture of Brando from Streetcar Named Desire. Then they're on their way. Peter really is a great character. If he was lesser written, he'd just stay a two-dimensional asshole. But when they know there's a killer inside, sure, it's not like he's suddenly nice, but he does take charge and shows some competence. Temporarily. He'll be back to being an ass soon enough. Now follow that noise. I knew it. The theater in the next room is showing Battleship Potemkin. That puts him in full action hero mode. Save the door kicking for next week. That's when the Pierre Kirby movie will be. And again, not all of them are totally useful. Yes, make his ears bleed. That'll make him go away. No, the screaming didn't work. It just pissed him off even more. Damn it, stop screaming. Now I'm begging the killer to put me out of my misery. Thank you, drill through the door. Peter will be furious they picked this of all moments to have a slumber party massacre. Clearly, these theater performers should have been let go days ago.
I'm not gonna sit around here to be slaughtered like a pig!
Because it is Peter who will go home with all the Tony Awards. Will they finally stick together now?
Alicia, can you make it?
Yes, my ankle is magically feeling better, thank you. And Gligeroff has waited this whole evening to masterfully shout out, "I will kill him!" There's characters where it's not like I necessarily know a lot about them, but enough to where I do like them. They are sticking together, and most importantly...
There he is! Oh, God. Up there!
It's a slasher where they immediately look and see the killer hiding, and a chase ensues. Granted, it is very easy to find the killer when he starts blasting his sweet guitar solo. It's weird to think that Soavi was nervous about directing this, when it's clear he has a gift for this material. Even in the chase scenes, they're shot and edited in a way that's visually impressive, and you really feel like you're there. Even areas like the rafters look like this almost fantasy-like maze, where Peter is gonna find the killer like he's looking for a cricket making noise during his show.
Die! 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 Die!
56 minutes in, not sure that's the killer.
Brett.
Brett!
Good, it's Brett. Now he'll stop with his prankster jump scares and taking Peter's colorful horror lines.
All the way. A hot pussy little whore.
Also, the killer may be a shark. Just saying. I've seen enough asylum movies to know that if someone pulls you through the floor and suddenly half of you has been eaten away, totally a shark loose in the building. Or, I don't know, maybe a new character they've created, like Owligator. With Gligeroff gone, that means there's only one Caligula left in the production. Don't worry, like I said, he is a tremendous leader now. See? She was gonna get attacked anyway. Might as well throw her right into the chainsaw. I guess he had to go back into full asshole director mode, so he'll get what's coming to him.
You leave me alone. And I leave you alone.
It's the first slasher movie I've seen where a character tries to settle things with the killer by negotiating mutual respect. That didn't work though, and it's the saddest scene in the movie. To honor David Brandon not being in the movie anymore, the characters will put on an honorary screening of Cave Dwellers. There's 30 whole minutes left and we're already at the final girl. Unless you count the two cops outside trying to figure out if the big key or the little key goes in the ignition. Yeah, could you not try to kill me at the moment? Sure, my ankle feels better, but I jammed my thumb in the door, and it really hurts. Don't really feel like moving anywhere. Remember, go down the hallway that looks the most sinister. The killer may be there, but a song from Aha could also start playing, and it'll be really cool. She's remaining surprisingly calm about all of this. Sure, there is absolutely nothing good that will be behind that curtain, but she's looking at it like, did I leave one of my towels in here? Better hide out in this one before I get another lecture from the laundryman. Although one scene I wasn't expecting them to copy.
Don't you think I look a little like James Dean?
The scene from the Hollywood Nights where two of them are sitting in a car and one insists he looks like James Dean. I see an American flag on the wall, though. That means this office can later be used as a general's room in a totally American Godfrey Ho action film. Again, I told you, we'll get to the remaining Pierre Kirby movie next week. Thank goodness, she chose wisely. She had the choice of either defeating the killer with a gun or a debt bomb. And when we come back, a fascinating Time magazine article on Iran-Contra.
Broadway's smashing musical sensations. Get your tickets now for the one performance you gotta see. Call Telecharge 239-6200.
We're back, and I don't know, every movie taught me that you could just shoot the lock on the door and escape the theater. Well, none of those keys work. Guess I should give up now. Just hanging out here till the cops outside accidentally drive through the wall for some reason. Then she can witness the very memorable climax, the killer putting on his own production of Bill Lustig's Maniac, only if Joe Spinell was replaced by an owl.
Nope! My contract didn't cover any of this! Lucio Fulci gave me fresh salmon before surrounding me with dead bodies.
I love this sequence because I am genuinely like, I don't know where this show is going. But all I know is God help anyone in the audience with allergies. StageFright is a movie that is certainly all about its set pieces and style, but god damn it is great at it. There's silliness, sure, like the way the killer escapes in the first place, but what it does so well is being one of the most gorgeously shot slasher films of the 80s, with some of the best kills too. The killer could simply be sitting on a stage petting a cat, and the love and care put into every shot is inspiring. It's also fun with the characters that do make you care about the situation too, on the grounds of how entertaining they are. You know a slasher is working when someone dies and you're bummed they're not in the movie anymore. Even the cat is a real character.
Oh no, you're not getting that key from the floor. If I'm gonna be stuck in here with Blood Freak's owl cousin, you're gonna be stuck in here with me. Hey, you fool! She's under the stage! I told you where the girl is, now feed me!
Oh, I'm sure he'll find her. See, discovered by Rockin' Soundtrack again. If she doesn't get away quick, the worst fate imaginable will happen. She'll have 2 sprained ankles. He'll give the world the answer they've been waiting for. How many hits to the head does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of your skull? Damn, the world may never know. Either Irving is gonna die at the end, or he's gonna head back to his hospital room and write Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. He could live from this, or he could die. Doesn't really matter, because there isn't a sequel, even though I would have loved it if it got a sequel. I mean, it might as well set up for one. Because clearly a sequel to StageFright and a sequel to The Burning could have been the exact same film. Another trope the movie sidesteps is that the cops keeping a lookout outside actually survive too. She gets herself to the nearest hospital. She needs a psychiatrist, so she goes to the ER. What? The movie does have some silliness at the end, too. She goes back to the theater later and insists she be let back inside simply because she left her watch there. Okay? And that's where apparently the police didn't realize that they didn't capture the killer and that one of the bodies wasn't Irving Wallace. Though the payoff for this is good, where a minute ago Willie was lecturing her about how to put a bullet in the chamber, then this happens.
Just like I said, right between the eyes.
See, that's how you do it, right between the eyes. Didn't hear him the first time?
Right between the eyes. Right between the eyes, Allie. Right between the eyes, Allie. Right between the eyes.
Are you okay? So you're saying shoot him in the arm, right? And the last couple of shots are a good payoff, too. Excellent. There is a rock and roll heaven, watched over by the Archangel's quarter flash. I've loved StageFright since the first time I saw it, and I loved it this time too. The movie is available on Tubi TV, where if you're in the mood for a stylish, brutal-ass, underrated slasher film, you got it here. And be sure to subscribe to our podcast playlist, and subscribe to our channel too, and we'll see you next time.